Okay, 1 second. And we'll be ready to go. We are ready. All right, let's see. Here. Okay. So today is a very, very special day on the Vaishnava calendar. It is the commemoration or celebration of Srila Prabhupada's appearance in this material world in 1896. And it is called the Vyasa Puja Day of His Divine Grace, Sivananda Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, in honor of Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja Day, we're going to chant Guru Vandana before class. And also, I'm going to read my offering to Srila Prabhupada, for those of you who didn't hear my offering. And then we're going to give a chance to other participants to say some nice words about Srila Prabhupada or appreciation. Prabhupada, because not all of you were able to attend the program today. I'm seeing some people weren't able to attend the program. And I am seeing some people overseas who didn't get a chance to make an offering. Anybody who made an offering in person today, please don't make an offering online. But this is your opportunity. And so first we will chant Prabhupada's, not Prabhupada's, but Narottama Das's prayer called Sri Guru Vandana. Shri Guru Ranam Padma Valavakati Sama Padan Moe Savadana Mate Chakara Sade Bhai Krishna Prapti Oye Guru Muktapadma Vakya Chitati Kumbriya Aranakari Nevrate Ese Uto Magati Jiprasade Pure Savapasa Takudan Niloye Janidame Prabhu Se Divyan Rede Prakaseta Prema Bhaktiyate Avajavanasayate Venigaya Garacharita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Mukanath Mukera Jivana Kodadaya, Degamore Padachaya, Abhyas Kusutri Bhuvana, Idias Kusutri Bhuvana Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Pata Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Namaho Vishnu Jaya Krishna Kristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Same Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Guruvani Pracharane Visesha Shunyavade Vaschachade Satarane Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Siva Sadi Gormakam Vrenda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Radha Siva Sadi Gormakam Vrenda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Om Vishnupad. Paramahansa Parvacharya, also Tara Satashi Shimad, Divine Grace, Abhaya Charana, Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Arya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidwaita Gadadha Shiva Sri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radhakrishna Gopikopanath Shai Mukunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Vrindavan Ki Jai, Mathuram Ki Jai, Jagannatha Swami Ki Jai, Yamunamai Ki Jai, Shrimati Lasi Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrindi Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bol. All glory is the assembled devotees, all glory is the assembled devotees, all glory is the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Ma Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaur Pachani Nivashesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deja Tarni Somigana Timidanda Shagananjana Shilakaya Chakshura Mritam Yena Tasmai Shkidveda Maha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who so kindly opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge while I was blinded in the darkness of ignorance. So today, as I mentioned, is the commemoration of the glorious day that Srila Prabhupada appeared in 1896. And it's because of Srila Prabhupada we're all here today. If it wasn't for Srila Prabhupada, none of us would be on this particular Zoom conference, and there wouldn't be this particular Zoom conference. So we are indebted. So I wanted to give you all an opportunity to speak some words of appreciation for Srila Prabhupada. And what we're going to do is first, I am going to read my offering from this year's Vyasa Puja book. And then everyone else will get an opportunity. When you raise your hand, I will allow you to unmute yourselves. Okay, so on that happy note, let me read from my, and I'll actually share the screen so you can also read along from my Vyasa Puja book. Okay, I think I have it here somewhere. I thought I had it. Wait a second, Dito. It's here somewhere. Wow. Wait a second. Oh, here it is. I knew I had it. Okay, so this is from the online Vyasa Puja book this year. And this is my particular offering. And this online Vyasa Puja book is available for everyone. So, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nivashesha Shunyavadi Paschacha Deja Tarane. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my prostrated obeisances at your lotus feet. All glory is to your divine grace. Because of the departure of your dear disciple and my closest friend, Bhakti Goswami this year Bhakti Goswami this year has been challenging. We have been working together in your divine graces service for many years. Philosophically, we can understand the temporary nature of this world, but when it comes to experiencing the separation from Vaishnavas, strong emotions naturally overwhelm us. Narottam Das Thakur, in his prayer to the departed Vaishnavas, states, all at once, they have gone to join Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, to reach such a perfect personality as Lord Chaitanya. I can only break my head against the stone in the anguish of separation. They have all gone off together in their own Leela. Narottam Das says, unable to obtain their association, I must simply weep. This is the poem Ye Nila Pramadana, that we chant during the disappearance days of great personalities. In helping the disciples of Bhakti Maharaj deal with his departure, I have been reminded of the trauma I experienced when you, Srila Prabhupada, departed this mortal world. I keep remembering the instructions you give in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam regarding a disciple's mood when the spiritual master enters into Krishna's eternal pastimes. Quote, similarly, a devoted disciple of the spiritual master would rather die with the spiritual master than fail to execute the spiritual master's mission. This is from the Bhagavatam, purport of 4th canto, 28th chapter, text 50. And, quote, when one becomes serious to follow the mission of the spiritual master, his resolution is tantamount to seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As explained before, this means meeting the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the instruction of the spiritual master. This is technically called Vani Seva. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur states in his Bhagavad Gita commentary on the verse beginning, Vyavasayatmika Buddhyure Keha Gurunandana, that's 241 in the Gita, that one should serve the words of the spiritual master. The disciple must stick to whatever the spiritual master orders. Simply by following that line, one sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 28th chapter, text 51, purport. My realization of your words deepens with time. Not only do I need to be focused on serving your mission with my body, mind, and words, but I need to ensure that your mission will continue and increase with succeeding generations of devotees. With the passage of time, my own bodily mortality becomes more apparent. I pray to you that I will not fall into the illusion of seeing others pass away and thinking it will not happen to me. Ahani ahani bhutani gachantiya Himalayam. Shesha stavaramichanti kim ascharyam ata param. Every moment, this is a translation of that verse from the Mahabharata. Every moment, every second, every day, every night, there are so many hundreds and thousands of living entities going to the temple of death or dying. But one who is living is thinking that I will not die, I will live for good. That is the most wonderful thing in this world. I must endeavor to ensure that your legacy will remain prominent in this world. This is not an easy task. It requires that the understanding of your words, your example, your vision, and your intention be figuratively carved in stone in your ISKCON society. We must learn how to apply this understanding in changing times. In this way, we can satisfy you by helping you create a spiritual revolution in the impious civilizations of this world. Srila Prabhupada, please give me the intelligence and strength to work together with your other followers to accomplish this. Your servant, Bir Krishna Goswami. So that is my humble offering to Srila Prabhupada on his appearance day today. So what I wanted to do is give other devotees who didn't get an opportunity here and who didn't get an opportunity in other places to make their offerings. And so please hold on a second. Let me allow you to unmute yourselves. Please raise your hands or hand to have a hand and ask to speak. Otherwise, I will call on people, and that might be more embarrassing if I call on people. So you got 5 seconds, and then I'll start calling on people. Okay, Rakesh, would you like to say something about Srila Prabhupada? Can you? I can't. I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. That's why I can't hear you. I allowed you. Let me do this again. Somehow it didn't take that one time. Okay, now you're allowed again. Unmute. Okay. So this is for offering for Srila Prabhupada. Okay? Say something. I can't hear. I wonder what the problem is. Oh wait, let's see. Whoops, oh, the speaker. You think you need to change computers. Okay. So I can't hear, so let someone else speak before him. Or else I will call on somebody. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I could say something.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, Gurudev. Um, I did an offering here, but I didn't say anything. I danced an offering.
Okay.
I wanted to just express appreciation for that song that I danced to by Srila Prabhupada. He wrote it when he was on the Jaladuta coming to America. And in order to dance to a song, I always have to really study it. I have to look at the meaning of each word. And what really struck me about it was, well, first of all, that he addresses it to Krishna, and he addresses it to Krishna in a very intimate and personable way, calling Krishna Bhai, brother. So that really struck me. And he says how he reveals his heart, actually, that he was feeling that longing in a very powerful way to be with Krishna, in the pasturing grounds of Vrindavan. And so he says, I cried out to you. And
Mm.
I'm I'm paraphrasing it, but he basically says, and when I cried out to you, I felt your presence very strongly. So that was the first thing that struck me. Another thing that struck me is that the way he describes the holy name spreading throughout the world, it's as if it's a given, almost like it's already happened. And he's
Mm.
describing that just based on his guru's desire, that because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati desires this, it's already happened. But he's praying to Krishna. My dear brother, he's
Mm.
saying, but now it's up to you to make it happen. So it's like, it's going to happen. My guru wants it, so it's going to happen. But you need to make this happen. By your mercy, Krishna's desire can be, or rather, my spiritual master's desire can be fulfilled. And it's also just very sweet that the first stanza, he says that the way that you can be happy, Krishna, or the way that you can achieve punya, like pious credits, I guess that literally means, is if you make Radharani happy. And if you arrange for the holy name, for your name to spread across the world, that's how you'll make Radharani happy. So Krishna, I really need you to do this. That's basically what he's saying. But it's also very personal for his own relationship with Krishna, because he
Mm.
also says that, and if you do this, you'll make my Gurudev happy, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And if my Guru's happy, then I can go and be with you again, Krishna. So there's just so many layers, and it's, like I said, it's just so personal and sweet. And so anyway, I really wanted to express that. So thank you, Gurudev, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Champaka.
Thank you.
Champaka did a nice dance. She and Rangadevi did the music, and Champaka did a nice dance in honor of Srila Prabhupada's appearance today at the temple. And all that's on my YouTube channel, along with the whole program today. So next we have Shinal. Swastika, you wanted to say something? You
Hare
have your
Krishna
hands up.
Gurudev.
Oh, Hari
Please,
Krishna. Oh, I didn't recognize your name.
please accept my humble obeisances,
Oh my
Gurudev.
God. Sorry for using your material name.
Yes, I use this account for my work. Gurudev, obviously, I did not get an opportunity to do a offering for my spiritual grandfather. I just wanted to say, I'll keep it short. I am just so forever grateful that our spiritual grandfather took an opportunity at such a vulnerable age to travel across the world and spread the holy name. And it's because of his
Mm.
dedication is that I know Krishna. And it's because of him and his mercy that I'm able to tackle anything in life. And I'm not afraid of anything because Srila Prabhupada had instilled that you must have blind faith on Krishna. So I am forever grateful that I've had an opportunity to know Krishna in this life, and hopefully this is my last birth as a human being on this earth, and I do not have to come back to this hell again. On that note, I would like to recite just a small first verse of a
Mm.
beautiful bhajan that was written by His Holiness Jai Pataka Maharaj. Um, and it goes like this. यदि प्रभुपाद न है तो ताबे की है तो जीवन वहित की से निताय गौरेरा अपरा करुणा के दित सकल दिसे. So, Srila Prabhupada, if it wasn't for you, I would not know the mercy of Sri Gauranga. And I'm so fortunate. I feel so fortunate to be your spiritual granddaughter. Hare Krishna.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. I hope you're still functioning as a lawyer there.
I am Gurudev. I am stuck in Lambasa.
Well, can you arrange with the government that I can come there?
Yes, you must come.
Shama Mundry. So yeah, so uh, and when are they going to have flights again?
Uh, Starting 1st November.
1st of November?
Yes,
And they're going to allow international travelers in it.
yes. This is a month before they had actually planned to open the international borders.
So one has to be vaccinated, right, to come in?
Yes.
Or
The traveler has to be vaccinated, and then you have to go through the 14-day quarantine process.
oh. 14 days quarantine?
Yes. They're still unsure whether people will quarantine because it will be they'll require a lot of facilities which Fiji does not have. So if you are vaccinated, so basically you'll be allowed to be out and about.
Okay, so if I'm vaccinated and actually I have a test right before the trip, then I'll be
Yes.
allowed in November.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
ecstatic. I'm coming.
Jai.
All right. Shama. So, all right. Thank you very much. I've known her since she's been like a little girl, like one of my oldest disciples there. Okay, who? Sorry, I didn't recognize your material name. So, who else wants to raise their hand? Oh, Rakesh. Okay, Rakesh.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Because of Srila Prabhupada, I am pursuing the spiritual process and I'm getting better. And I just want to say in daily life, like we can't go to the temple in the morning. But I wake up in the morning, I do the Mangala Aarti. But after that, I can't do chanting at home because the energy is so different. But when I place it, Prabhupada chanting, with his chanting, I can do my chanting. So his words are important that even he's not with us, but because of his words, we can continue and I can personally continue my spiritual journey. And I can feel it in my heart that with his mercy, Krishna will and with your mercy, Krishna will one day bestow their mercy upon me. So I'm always indebted to him. And if I in any way can be helpful to spread his mission, I will always be available. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Rakesh. And so Sudharma has something she'd like to say. You can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Thank you so
Haribol,
much
good to
for
see you.
giving us this opportunity. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Maharaj. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutle Srimati Tamal Krishna Goswami ti namane. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutle Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami ti namane. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada, on this day of your appearance. I would like to thank Lord Krishna for giving us a pure devotee like you, a Shakta Vesh Avatar Srila Prabhupada, to help us cross this ocean of pain and suffering and naissance. Goloka Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana is beautifully sung by Narottam Das Thakur, passed on to us by you, Srila Prabhupada, is the only way and my only hope to make this life meaningful and worthwhile. I thank Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada to have bestowed mercy unto us. You, Srila Prabhupada, have come to the West to wake up the sleeping souls like me, spreading Harinam despite all obstacles and hardships. My gratitude to you, Srila Prabhupada, for giving me Gurudev Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who straightway enthused me in the devotional service to do Tulsi Seva in Christchurch Temple. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for kindly bringing your most loving and compassionate disciple, Bir Krishna Das Goswami Maharaj, in my life. And Maharaj enthuses me to worship Giriraj Govardhan Maharaj, Govardhan Shila every day of my life. which he gifted me in 2008. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Your kindness flows through Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada, you have trained Maharaj so expertly as all of us assembled here on Zoom. And this program has been going on since the start of COVID. And not even a single day Guru Maharaj stops giving classes. Maharaj's dedication to you, his determination to spread Krishna consciousness every day of his life. Srila Prabhupada, your dear disciple, has not missed a single day glorifying you. And I hope to be able to follow in the footsteps of my Shiksha Guru, Bir Krishna Maharaj, and remember you every day of my life as well. And thank you every day for everything you have given us in this material body to get across and become more spiritually inclined. To conclude, Srila Prabhupada, I'm begging you today to please make me and my children and my husband chant the Hare Krishna mantra with love, sincerity, and full attention in association of devotees and with my Shiksha Guru Bir Krishna Maharaj. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, very, very nice.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Sudharma. That's very nice. So next, I'm going to call on people now. Tulsi's the next one. She has to speak. Unmute yourself, Tulsi. Are you there? No. All right, we're going to give you a second to do it, but if you don't want to do it right now, then you could do it after Gopi. You can say something. Unmute yourself. Gopi?
Sorry, am I unmuted now?
You're unmuted now, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I was meditating, and my sincere Dandavat pranams to both you and to Srila Prabhupada. And I guess I was just thinking about the mercy of Srila Prabhupada because, obviously I'm here and I have so many faults and, oh my God, so many struggles and so many challenges, body, mind, all these things. But I guess because of the significance of what Krishna consciousness has to offer, I'm able to get up and face every day, day after day after day, because I've never really been able to, I don't know, find the inspiration or the determination to continue to do anything for any length of time, partly because I have energy management issues. But with Krishna consciousness and the inspiration I get from Srila Prabhupada is just that. And obviously for me, Gurudev, it's through you too, because, and I would say that to everybody, is that because you so perfectly reflect Prabhupada's mood, then I can understand who Prabhupada was as far as his compassion and his love and his tolerance, determination and all these things. And so I can see that through you, how much love you felt from him, because I feel that much love from you. And again, all of that just continues to pull me to get up and try, one more time, even though I have so many imperfections. And so I'm just entirely, there's so much gratitude. And then how that reflects going forward is certainly when you have continued chronic challenges on a lot of different levels, it's, it's so easy to say, oh my God, okay, can I just get out of this, one lifetime and go back home and just not have to do this anymore? But then my reflection is that, that's just giving myself the easy way out, because if I go back home and I get out of this cycle of birth and death and then just, chuck the whole rest of everybody in the material world suffering, then what kind of devotee would I reflect as far as being your disciple and a grand disciple of Srila Prabhupada? I wouldn't. So I guess, you know, there's a request and a hope and a prayer at your lotus feet to offer to Srila Prabhupada, just, you know, the continued determination above all the lack of energy, the lack of, you know, physical, mental, intelligence ability, you know, intellectual ability to just to somehow become a compassionate servant of yours for Srila Prabhupada and his family, and ultimately Krishna's family, which is, you know, what to say, the entire world, the entire universe. So that would be my humble request and gratitude, you know, for having this opportunity.
All right, very nice. Thank you very much, Gopi. It's very wonderful. All right, so Tulsi doesn't want to say anything, so let's ask Gokul Bandhu. Do you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances.
Accept my blessings.
Bhagavati Mataji has sent her offering, so I'll just read her offering.
Okay.
She's in Australia now, so she just told me to read it on Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja.
Okay.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. In 1976, you came to Fiji to lay the foundation of Sri Krishna Kalia Temple in Lautoka, which was laid on 2nd May 1976, 45 years ago. The temple was opened on Sri Balaram Appearance Day in August 1977, 44 years ago. Srila Prabhupada, your book and your purpose are your greatest contribution to all human society. You preached the teaching of our previous Acharya without changing the principles in such a way that all scholars and laymen of this modern world accepted it. In this way, you are very unique. Please bless us to preach Krishna consciousness in Fiji as Vasudev Prabhu and Nandarani Mataji did to make whole Fiji Krishna consciousness. Lots of pranam at your lotus feet, your humble servant, Bhagavati Devi Dasi.
That's very nice. And for those of you who don't know, it was Nandarani and Vasudev who were the pioneers of Krishna consciousness in Fiji. And Prabhupada met Vasudev and gave him the instruction to start a Radha Krishna temple, and Vasudev took that instruction to heart, and now we have literally thousands of devotees, and devotees in really high positions in the government. We have lawyers. One of them was a lawyer I just spoke to, a very prominent lawyer, Shama Mundry. And then we have the head of the electric department there, and, you know, politicians, all sorts of people. And we're a very prominent force in Fiji, and Gokul Bandhu is my main assistant when I'm in Fiji too. So thank you very much, Gokul. And we hope to see you in November, if I can get there. All right, so let's see who is next. Let's see, going down the list. Venkateshwar, do you want to say anything? And Sri Devi from New Zealand? Maybe not. If you don't, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, good to see you. Would you like to say something about Prabhupada?
Few words. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada.
All glories to Prabhupada.
Namaste Padaya Krishna Prestaya Putra Smriti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami. I offer my obeisances to Srila Gurupada, who is our grand spiritual master.
Can you speak louder or closer to the computer so I can hear you better?
Yeah, we started reading Prabhupada's books even before coming to Krishna consciousness.
Louder and closer, because it's very hard to hear.
We started reading Prabhupada's books even
Good.
before Krishna consciousness, and then we then started to find out where it is gone, and then finally progressed into initiation stage. and other places too. Prabhupada has given us a lot of books with detailed purpose for each other. Without each other's books, it's very difficult to understand. So, we continuously keep reading with our books. Even though he's not in the planet, he's alive in his books and his talks. So we require to read the books and listen to his talks. Hare Krishna.
Jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. All glories to Prabhupada. So next I'm starting from the bottom. Oh, okay. So Veda, Rajalila, sorry for using mundane names. Rajalila, would you like to say something?
Sure, yeah, thank you. I'll keep it short. I remember this day last year really well because I was not initiated yet, and I was getting like premonitions to become initiated, and I was feeling like maybe this is what I should do. And I remember I wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada that you wrote or you read, Gurudev, because I was too embarrassed to read. But it was mostly like it was mostly a letter to you because obviously I was thinking about taking initiation. I mean, sort of, and I was really just trying to convey my feelings to you. And I think that's mostly how I connect with Srila Prabhupada is through you. And I said on a disappearance day that I would like to read his books more to connect personally more. And that's still something I really believe and feel that is something I strive to do and add into my life more and more. I pray to Srila Prabhupada for strength and for determination, and I have very little to draw from, very little devotion and love to draw from to even say an offering. But I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for the disciplic succession and for my Gurudev. And I really want strength and determination. And I know I'm not supposed to really ask things of Prabhupada, but that's really what I would like to ask, because obviously he's the personification of that and personification of dedication to his spiritual master and unalloyed faith and just devotion. And I I feel I'm the third generation down, and I can't imagine doing such, and it's okay that I can't imagine it, but doing such large things without your spiritual master right there, even though of course he was always connected. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the beautiful people and devotion that I have to look up to, and they're really, really big shoes to fill that I'll never fill, but I'm really grateful. So thank you. Thank you to my Gurudev. Thank you to Srila Prabhupada for giving me protection and safety and a family. That's it.
Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you. All right. Next we can call on Vijay Radhika. Do you want anything? Do you want to say something? In glorification of Prabhupada.
Gurudev,
Yeah.
can you hear me, Gurudev?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm driving, so.
All right. So it's not possible. Okay. All right. Yeah. The connection's not good. So some other time then.
I can hear.
We lost your. It's driving's not good because you go out of range sometimes. So let's just wait until some other time, because it's really gonna, unless you can say something quickly. Nope. Okay, we lost your voice. Okay. So next, who? Well, let's take. Uh, let's take Gayatri. Do you want to say something, Gayatri?
Hare Krishna Shield your day, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
Okay.
Would it be possible for me to send you mine after class?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Send yours after class because you're shy. Some people are shy. Okay. 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 Nakunja Basini. You can speak if you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Can you, is the voice audible?
I can hear. I can hear. Yeah.
Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you for today's program today's offerings were really very soul stirring, and through the mercy of yourself, we understand the message of Srila Prabhupada through his books and writings, and they reveal the Krishna consciousness at so many different ways and vision. When we hear his mood and writings read by yourself, especially the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it reveals the spiritual world, bringing a world where we come from, but we have forgotten. Your bhajans are sung very melodiously, and they bring to light the meaning of every word. You're the fountain of knowledge. You're a treasure trove of bhav. There's so much of rasa that is revealed by the way when you read the scripture and when you connect with it, you're able to sense what it is like to be there. His journey is beyond our mind can comprehend. It has so many different layers, so many qualities, like Gopi just recently mentioned, so much of tolerance, so much of commitment, faith, like Champakalata was saying, the sincere faith and heartfelt requests, sincere requests, asking Krishna that only you can make it happen. It's beyond me, but you have the power to make it happen. Yeah, there's those are the thoughts that come to me right now. There's in my the fallen soul that I am, this is what I can comprehend. So thank you, Gurudev, for accepting me as your disciple and for showing the way. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Nikunjavasini. All right, so Nalini Kant and Radha Padma.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Gurudev.
Maharaj.
Oh.
Hare Krishna.
Gurudev, can we start from Krishna Kanta?
Yeah, start from Krishna Kanta.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my respectful obeisances. All grace to Srila Prabhupada.
New doctor.
I don't know yet. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, please accept my respectful obeisances. Happy 125th Vyasa Puja to you. Thank you so much for building a house where everyone can live in. I feel I am most blessed to be a part of this family because when I see the outside university life, I realize how blessed and protected I am being in the movement. Everywhere we go, there is some temple or some congregation of devotees, and hence the feeling of being out of place never comes. I pray for more and more devotees association and pray that I'm never bereft of devotees association. I pray that the love and devotion your dear disciples have for you, I can imbibe that to serve my spiritual master, your eternal servant and granddaughter, Krishna Kanta Devi Dasi.
Very nice. Krishna Kanta Ki Jai. All right. Who's next?
I will speak next, Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most respectful obeisances at your lotus feet. Happy 125th Vyas Puja to you, our most dearest grandfather. Often I feel why I couldn't meet you when I was born. But at the same time, I accept that it is destined. Krishna, as you say, takes care of everything. So this question has taken a back seat. But whenever your disciples talk about your presence, the intensity of the desire to see you face to face and be able to serve you in some way increases in my heart. And I see that if Prabhupada, you were here, I would actually hide from somewhere behind and see your effulgent glow. And that would be festival for my eyes. I'm very, very scared to see you though, as I know my dark heart, you know transparently, but I'm always hopeful that you're compassionate. Your compassionate glance will save my drowning heart and mind from the three modes of material nature and take me with you. Prabhupada, I've seen and experienced your presence in every one of your disciples and grand disciples' lives. Even if you seem unmanifested from our vision, where can I not find you? You have taken your Guru Maharaj's instructions as life and soul and given our Guru Maharaj so much compassion that even though I feel so incapable to do anything, and there is a strong pushing in the heart that says, never leave Prabhupada's lotus feet. That is my only place, despite all silly difficulties that I called difficulties. Then whenever I read and take your association by sincerely reading your books, I feel guided and never lost. And my love for you and my Guru Maharaj increases. Dear Srila Prabhupada, when will that day be mine? Oh Prabhupada, when will that day be mine? When I'm out of these confusions of mine and my heart and soul will be fully dedicated to serve you and my spiritual master, my Gurudev and your mission. Jai Prabhupada, say then kabe habe more. Praying at your lotus feet, my dear spiritual grandfather, to please help me serve you in any way you want me to. And please, my spiritual father, without whose guidance I'm a lost soul. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Thanks. My words, thanks are not enough. Jai Srila Prabhupada, your eternal.
Wonderful. And also, now your good husband, your better half.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev, Hare Krishna, assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I remember in the past when I used to visit ISKCON temple sporadically, I used to enter the temple and look at Srila Prabhupada's deity. I didn't even know that we call deity. And I used to ignore Srila Prabhupada. I used to think, why, because of my pride, why do I have to bow down in front of Srila Prabhupada? Why even I have to go there and see him? And that was my state. Very, very fallen. And I just used to walk in front of the deities, pay obeisances, didn't know that I need to bow down, but just how Indians do, just put the hands in front of, and then just rush for prasadam. And how much hatred I had for Srila Prabhupada at that stage, like I was unable to see Srila Prabhupada's deity in the temple. I used to think in my mind, why Srila Prabhupada's deity is here? And despite of that, we can see Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that here is a person who is most envious of Krishna, most envious of his very, very dear devotee, who is personification of Srimati Radharani's mercy. And I was hating that much that I didn't have any desire to go and see Srila Prabhupada's deity. And he still gave me my Guru Maharaj. I remember when I met my Gurudev, even on that day, I was trying to avoid his association. Maybe it's 1 hour program at Sudharma Mataji's house. So maybe I just go there a bit late, and Radha Padma and Krishna Kanta, they were pushing me, let's go. And I was doing this and that. And I just saw my Gurudev and for 15 minutes or so, and he changed my entire life. In this COVID lockdown, when we are unable to go to temple, a whole day we spent, we could think about Krishna, we could think about Gurudev, we could think about Srila Prabhupada, and we could associate with all the devotees through Zoom. We could hear Krishna Katha, and whole day we were thinking, what do I cook next? How do I chant nicely? So this is all Srila Prabhupada's mercy. In the past, I had no idea what Janamashtami is and what is actual danger in this life. I'm coming to this realization now after 6 years or so, that yes, there is a greatest danger to fall down in the lower species of life, which I wouldn't have been able to understand if Srila Prabhupada wouldn't have been there. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for giving me my Gurudev. Hope I please my Gurudev one day. I know I'm not sincere at all, and I pray to your lotus feet to give me some sincerity. Hare Krishna, Gurudev, Hare Krishna.
Haribo, very nice. All right, very, very nice. Okay, who would like, now we'll take volunteers, so I don't leave anyone out. Oh, no, then I'll pick people who haven't spoken today. Ishwar Chaitanya, you want to say something? Ishwar Chaitanya is also third generation devotee or fourth. It's hard to figure out. You want to say something? No? Yes? No, I guess not. He doesn't want to say anything. Let's see. Who else didn't say today? Gopal talk. Ishwar Chaitanya, I guess, doesn't want to talk. He's shy. Jagat talked already. Kirtida, do you want to say something? I guess not. Just going down the list. Leela Bhakti, would you like to say something? No? Everybody's shy, or they're just like left the computer on.
Gurudev, this is Vijay Radhika. Sorry.
Oh yeah, okay. Vijay Radhika. Okay, say something. Okay, say something.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I just switched off the other one. I'm so sorry, Gurudev. I was driving.
Okay.
I will make it brief, but my heart is full of thankfulness to both Srila Prabhupada and my Gurudev, Bir Krishna Goswami. Without Prabhupada, I don't think I would ever be in a situation where I am today. I'm so grateful. My heart is full of gratefulness and thankfulness, and I'm really, I don't have any words to thank both Prabhupada and you, Gurudev. Thank you so much.
Haribol, very, very nice. Thank you. And let's see, we had called on, guys, Leela Bhakti didn't want an offering. You don't have to. And Madhvacharya, would you like to say anything? He's from Fiji.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
I can hear you.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj Iti Namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Charini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatati Shutarini. Should I say again? Okay, His Divine Grace, His Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he has given us many fighter planes, which are wonderful temples all over the world. And His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada has given us a full of army who are His disciples and grand disciples. And His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada has given us books, which are His weapons, which if we don't do anything, still it does works. And there are 7 wonders in the world, but I think there's no wonder than devotees in the temples of Hare Krishna movement. Thank you so much, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, giving us wonderful devotional life. So,
Very nice. Thank you very much, Madhvacharya.
thank you very much.
Nice offering. Rangi Devi sang today. Sudharma spoke. Sumukha, do you have anything? I guess not. If you don't unmute yourself, I assume you didn't.
Maybe tomorrow, Gurudev.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yes, to prepare
Okay,
something nice.
So Ishwar Chaitanya. Oh, Ishwar Chaitanya has his hand up. Okay. You should unmute yourself.
Well, I was just thinking about how fortunate we are to be able to go to the morning program each morning and be able to offer flowers to Shri Prabhupada and be able to serve Shri Gurudev so he can get into the right consciousness for the rest of the day to serve Shri Prabhupada. I was just thinking about how nice it is and be able to chant japa. It's a wonderful opportunity. And I was just praying that someday I'll be able to serve Prabhupada's mission at the best of my ability under your orders.
All right. Very nice. Nice already. Actually, Ishwar Chaitanya is the son of our temple president, Leela Shakti, here. And he's second initiated, and his sister is second initiated. And they're both doing, well, she's doing deity service. Oh, Leela Shakti? Oh, you didn't get a chance to give your offering. Okay. So, Leela Shakti, why don't you say something?
Just quick. It's been quite a interesting and challenging sort of week leading up to the festivals, and many times there've been days when the strongest piece of my day is definitely attending the morning program to be able to get the strength and chant and hear and just sort of absorb all of the bounty that is contained within that morning program that Srila Prabhupada gave us, which is such a great boon in bhakti, in our yoga practice. And no matter what else happens throughout the day, somehow everything can be, all the strength to deal with everything can be kind of drawn or pulled out of that morning program, which is just so important, where you can chant the bulk of japa, in a peaceful setting and with attention and absorption at the temple. So I was feeling really grateful to Srila Prabhupada. I always am every day for that boon, and particularly around times of challenge when it's just really needed for the consciousness and for problem solving. There's practically nothing that it can't solve. The morning program, setting the morning program and with full absorption. And so that was one thing. And then the other thing that came up just within the past couple of days, there was some things that had gone on in the deity department with regard to sewing, that I found that there wasn't a new outfit for Srila Prabhupada. And that it caused me a lot of anguish, actually. I don't know who's on this call that would, hear about it or care, but it just caused me great pain that wasn't being attended to. It usually is, but somehow it was just overlooked. And it was Sunday. So it was like the day before Janmashtami and 2 days before Prabhupada's appearance. And there wasn't any cloth, and there wasn't any, basically there wasn't any cloth, and no one had thought to make an outfit for Srila Prabhupada. And I don't know, I just was really feeling super sad that was something that wasn't given great attention. And apart from that one thing, there was a few other instances that just kept popping up, that there was, I feel like, a lack of Prabhupada consciousness. And, not anybody in general, but just kind of maybe in our lives as we go about our lives. We've been given so many gifts, so it's easy to take for granted what Prabhupada has given us. And needless to say, where there's a will, there's a way. It all worked out, and Prabhupada got a new outfit, and we actually brought Srila Prabhupada from a very nice devotee's house so he could be present not only in the temple but in Prabhupada Hall. And just the whole experience of, so many things that were going on around Srila Prabhupada to bring him more into focus, kind of drove the point home that if you're conscious, if you're in full Prabhupada consciousness, actually you're in full Krishna consciousness, because Prabhupada is the localized representative of Krishna, as is the guru. And so tending to the needs of Srila Prabhupada and just really focusing like a laser on what would be pleasing to him and to bring him to everyone, so he's more visible and more understood, and sharing those gifts that he's given us in Bhakti Yoga. It's just really, it's created a different level of understanding of Srila Prabhupada and even in Krishna consciousness from that viewpoint. So that was my realization for the last couple of days, that just, if you think of Prabhupada, how can we know what's even pleasing to Krishna? I have no earthly idea what could be pleasing to Krishna, but if it's pleasing to you, Gurudev, to Prabhupada, because you tell us what's pleasing to Prabhupada, then maybe we'll begin to know what's pleasing to Krishna. And I'm absolutely dedicated to try to understand that throughout my life. So just feeling really grateful for all of the gifts that Prabhupada has given us.
Wow.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki jai. Okay, and I almost forgot Maha Mantra, the great Maha Mantra. Maha Mantra used to be here in New Goloka, and some of the people I was talking to who were helping with this Janmashtami feast were remembering Maha Mantra, said it was the biggest loss to have Maha Mantra go to Fiji.
I guess I should hear it there.
Haribo. It looks like you've gone native now with that shirt.
Oh yeah, it's my Buddha shirt. Sorry, Gurudev. I'm just coming out of the hardware store. Let me put this down. Came to get some bulbs. Light bulbs.
Oh, you need to come back here. I mean, Fiji has so many people.
Sorry, let me get in the car.
So, you have something to say about Prabhupada?
Yes, really. These are my witnesses. The witnesses to other Vaishnavas assembled. Srila Prabhupada. Well, it's hard to not think about whenever I see Prabhupada or think about him or you, Gurudev, all the sacrifice that's been done. You know, his whole life basically after he met his spiritual master, dedicating his life to actually bring souls to Krishna. And being in my situation now, thinking about how I was able to render some service for many years there, and now that I'm in this remote island, I'm actually rendering sort of like a similar service. And Prabhupada built this wonderful society that gives us the chance to actually be able to do something, and actually inspires us at least to do something. And for me, just not that, but giving a will to leave. It was amazing. So I thank you that you're following his footsteps and so enthusiastically showing us how to serve the spiritual master. That's it, Gurudev. Thank you so much.
Very nice. Krishna's actually tricked Mahamantra. He was planning to go back to his own country to take care of his family, but Krishna's trapped him in devotional service. He can't leave Fiji. There's actually no flights.
Actually, Gurudev, I was gonna tell you today. I am leaving now in 2 weeks.
When?
The 13th. Because they started opening flights, but just special flights. But
Yeah.
they're not gonna do regular flights. They say December, but I think most likely it's gonna be January or February.
Mm-hmm.
So and 2 days ago was the last day of one of the restaurants. So my service is diminishing. So we figure before having to do another visa extension, we're found a way to go. So I'm traveling through New Zealand.
You're leaving?
Yes, and the 13th for that. But I also thought, because there's absolutely nothing, it's like no program, so even the temple can open to the public. The sooner I go and spend time with my mother and relieve my sister, when everything gets back to normal, the sooner I'll be able to go out. So to take my turn with taking care of my mother. So it'll be more productive that way instead of
You'll
just.
Then you'll be able to come back here.
I hope so.
That'll be good. We'll kidnap you. All right. That's very nice.
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank you.
let's see.
Thank you,
Who else? Do we have? Is Tota Gopinath around, or is he working today?
Hare Krishna, Gurudev, I'm here. Please accept my obeisances. Able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All glories to. Oh, great! All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I wanted to relay somewhat of a very interesting story. Not only did Leela and Shakti and I have to make a run to get a cloth for Prabhupada, but one of the fortunate services is, as Leela had mentioned, is one of the Janmashtami plans was in Prabhupada Hall was to have a murti of Srila Prabhupada. And Leela and I were very fortunate. We have a very nice devotee in the community who has, almost a life-size murti of Prabhupada. She was kind enough to donate it, or kind enough to let, us, borrow Prabhupada for the evening for Janmashtami. And the first thing is when we went to pick it up, she was so incredibly attached to Prabhupada and this murti that honestly, Leela and I were feeling guilty on taking them from her. And I was fully expecting to receive a call on the way back to the temple that oh, turn him around. I can't, I can't, be part with him. I can't separate from him, because you could see that in her, there was a sincere, a sincere emotion of separation from Prabhupada. So lo and behold, Leela and I, we got brought Prabhupada, and that was a whole special mercy to have be able to drive Prabhupada in our car and have him with us. And we had him set up and received many beautiful, compliments about how wonderful Prabhupada was there and how wonderful he looked. And anyway, so today, the next day after Janmashtami, we were well aware of her intense separation. So Leela and I were saying, well, let's get back, Prabhupada as quickly as we can to his servants, so she doesn't suffer anymore with separation. So we went and we picked him up, and it's funny because the Morti itself, physically is very light, but because of Prabhupada's presence in that Morti, just because you could feel the presence of Prabhupada, it's very heavy emotionally to carry. Light physically, but his presence is so strong in that Morti that you can feel him there. And it was very heavy and very emotionally difficult to carry him because of his presence. So we brought him back, and we were couldn't be appreciative and thankful enough, because we knew she was quite separating. And she was showing us, and she says, no, I owe you a thanks. And she proceeded to show us last night. She wasn't unable to attend, but her daughter attended, and she snapped a picture of one of the young children in our members of our congregation, born devotee, interacting with this Morti, in that the way she had her hands around her shoulders, it looked like Prabhupada's hand was on her shoulder, and you could see that there was a connection with Prabhupada in Morti form in this child, and just the expression, you couldn't see it. You could see that he was there, and you couldn't see it on the face of the child because the child's back was to the picture, but you could see it in the face of Prabhupada's Morti that he was interacting and connecting with this born devotee. And it was very emotional, and it was an example of that, Prabhupada is very much alive and interacting with us. He's still guiding us, even though he physically isn't here with us. He is here with us, and he is, directing and guiding us. And it was just, in that picture, just hit me like a ton of bricks, that it was, just such a powerful reminder of how Prabhupada is still interacting with us, and still how he's guiding us, through this material world, and guiding us to be more Krishna conscious and to be served better. So I just wanted to share that and say how much I appreciate, everything that you and the spirit that you do to definitely make us, Prabhupada conscious over here, and make sure that we are, serving Prabhupada's mission. So it's greatly appreciated. And again, my thanks to both you and Prabhupada for just giving us an environment here to further serve and to further, expand our personal Krishna consciousness. So with that, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you. Is there anyone else would like to speak? Let's see, who else didn't speak here? Sambuka, Sudharma, Jagat. Let's see. Raise your hand if you'd like to speak. Let's see, Gayatri spoke or didn't speak. Let me just put page up. Rangadevi was on. I don't know if she's still there. Rangadevi, you want to say anything? Even though you played you chanted today. Do you want to say anything? If so, you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Well, I just wanted to say I was remembering that when I was first visiting the different temples, having interactions with Srila Prabhupada. I visited the temple in New Vrindavan, and I remember sitting down in front of Prabhupada's murti and thinking, oh, I was doing, I was traveling around and living a hippie lifestyle, and I felt like I had just gotten my parents to approve of what I was doing, which of course they didn't. But but I knew that I wanted to join ISKCON in my heart, and I was thinking, oh no, now how will they approve of this? But I was just, kind of like talking to Prabhupada about that, about how I felt like this was the direction I should go, and how much the Lilamrita was meaningful to me, because I wasn't able to penetrate the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita very easily, but Prabhupada's Lilamrita is very easy to approach, and he is living the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, and it was very convincing, and it was one of the early books that I read. I just wanted to say that.
Great. Yes, Prabhupada saved us all. Eddie Ball. And let's see if there's anyone else. Oh, Ramaniya, do you want to say anything? No? And if you don't have to. I can't force anyone. I think that's about it. Unless someone else wants to say anything. Anyway, thank you all for saying so many nice things about Srila Prabhupada. It's enlightening for me to hear everyone's appreciation for His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. We had a wonderful program today, and the community here is very nice community. I want to thank you all around the world for helping us have a nice Krishna conscious international community. So we'll end here, and tomorrow we'll continue with our regular class. Oh yeah, Tulsi said Rangadevi distributed Srila Prabhupada's books for many years, for about 40 years. She actually looks quite younger than she is, but anyway, so so yes, and Tulsi did too. I don't know, Tulsi didn't say anything, although she's usually never at a loss for words. In fact, it's quite the opposite problem with her. But anyway, so I guess that's it. All glories to Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.